Oh man, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode, day 2, late show. Late show. Welcome. Y'all gotta excuse how sweaty your boy is. I left the crib, forgot to turn the air on, came back, and I was like, yo, it's time for the late show. And it's boiling in here, but they ain't finna stop us. So I gotta welcome y'all back, second day. Like, subscribe, comment. We are broadcasting this on Twitch. We are broadcasting this on YouTube. And like I said, it's finna be freaking. It's finna be freaking at least 30 days of me coming on here, playing with this, testing it out, seeing how it go. And I think as I keep going, I'll get the hang of how I want this show to be. But boy, sweating. I get the idea how I want this show to be. But I think I want it to be kind of like, in segments. We'll have like stuff that we can laugh at, stuff that's serious. I think, stuff kind of like related to the culture, common topics of the day, but it's really just that consistency, that giving y'all the giving y'all the information every day that's gonna have it, popping. And at the same time, like, maybe this is a time when nobody's watching Twitch, YouTube, whatever. But I mean, it's late. And I know a lot of times, like late nights, like when I'm chilling in the crib or chilling in bed, I can't find nothing on YouTube to watch. And that was probably like my biggest inspiration in kind of starting this show. Is like, yo, what do you watch, late? But if you're watching this live, if you watch on the playback, subscribe, like, comment, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. Late show. And before we start the show, man, I want to talk about discipline and consistency. I've done a lot of different things so far, like, I guess in my life, as far as like me trying to, or everybody trying to make it, whether that's been obviously, we go to school, at one point, and I still love the idea of it, but at one point I wanted to be a rapper, at some points I'm a filmmaker, and a lot of times the where I have failed at is not really being disciplined, even in like getting in shape and things like that. It's been really me mastering the discipline that has been the hard part of everything. It's been the hard part. I'll literally do something really good for a long time, but not do it long enough to get to where I need to be. Shout out to whoever just popped up in the chat. Shout out to whoever popped up in here. But I do it for a certain amount of time, but I won't do it long enough to reach, whatever my goal is. Even when at one point I really, really wanted to be a rapper. And, I rapped until the point where I ran out of money, as opposed to, fighting through that hard thing, But if there's anything that I want to start off with, is understanding the discipline and the consistency of anything is actually how you build a house. Now, there's always like a little bit of luck involved whenever you want to do something in life. You gotta be able to meet the right person or be at the right place at the right time. That is a real thing, but that don't usually happen unless you freaking disciplined and consistent And like I'm talking the most cliche. This is like some cliche shit that I'm saying right now, but it's really the truth. It's that simple. It's just discipline, consistency, and I think me as of late, I think that's really what I've been focused on. I haven't been focused. I know it's going to sound stupid. I haven't been necessarily focused on being better, or I haven't focused on being innovative in any sort of way. I haven't focused on, you know, just I haven't focused on, you know, being cool or being, you know, the per se standing out. Even though you probably should focus on those things, but I just been focused on showing up every day, even when you know what I'm saying I'm not the greatest at something. Even like this, like I'm not necessarily the greatest streamer at this point. You know, I'm not the greatest person on camera at this point. Mind you, I've shot people and filmed people and photographed people for years, so I kind of got a little bit of a leg up. But at the same time, you know, I'm not the greatest at this, and I'm shit. I'm about to just be consistent, you know, and you know squeeze this in here because it's important to me. And I don't know who in the chat watching, but shout out to you on Twitch. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, I need to be more consistent. I need to be more disciplined. And that's just how we gonna rock. So today we got like I said, we got an hour-long show. We just getting started. And I got a couple topics tonight, man. Like black fatigue is something I've been seeing all over the internet. Black fatigue, black fatigue, black fatigue. And you know, they say white folks is getting tired. Getting tired of y'all ninjas, man. And to be perfectly honest, I don't necessarily blame them. Y'all see how much I'm sweating, bro? This is crazy. But I don't blame them or blame people for being tired of certain black people. But yeah, so let's get into it. I got a couple videos queued up, TikToks. Got a couple videos. And like I said, if you're watching and you got what the world? And you have suggestions.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash.
Ooh. You get them up on the screen. Black fatigue is a thing. Is this the right one? Nope. Nope. Yep. So we got my man here. Shout out to him. You know, black man rapping on this black fatigue. I'm trying to find the right orientation for this. Like, this is a work in progress, y'all. This is a work in progress. This whole streaming thing for me. Boom.
So
Hell nah. Wait, go back to my dude.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people. And black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning and then you see the Bonnet Crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended. And that's anywhere you go. No matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something.
Now that's a real thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, Baltimore, this is I would say black fatigue is not a thing if you're in it, if you're in that environment. But black fatigue, once you start going out, seeing the world, being around other people, it is a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it make you want to get away from your people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love my people, but I ain't even want to say my people. I love people in general, you know what I'm saying? But like niggas, you know what I'm saying? I can't always rock with them, especially as I'm getting older. Like, it's an unpopular opinion, But I strongly feel like hip hop culture has ushered in a lot of the stuff that we do in the black community that's just, you know, kind of, messed up as far as like how we carry ourselves, what we do, how we eat, all that stuff. I'm gonna let him finish.
Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there.
Now that's another point, man. I ain't gonna lie. Getting the fuck up out of there. Sometimes I don't think you can save the black community, because I'm like, how do you save the black community? Like, you can't save people who think a certain way, act a certain way, think they a victim. You can't save that group of people. Like, you can't really change their mind. And honestly, I ain't even gonna say it's all black people, because I've been seeing more so lately, white people. There's a lot of white people who have that opinion where they are victims, and and other different types of people where they got like this crazy idea that they just a victim of such and such when they not. You know what I'm saying? You got the same opportunities, you got the same 24 hours as me. And to add on to what he said, a lot of times when you do stuff in your hood, people don't always appreciate it. I don't know why, but it's like when black people do stuff for their own community, it gets less appreciation than when Koreans, Asians, halal, all of them do it. Black people do stuff in their community, a lot of times you end up like Nip. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you end up like Nip, you end up like Malcolm X, you end up like MLK. Yeah. As soon as I got my opportunity to leave the ghetto, man, I took it. I took it. I sure enough took it.
Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
I mean, shout out to him. Here's another thing I want to say about this whole black fatigue thing. This whole, how black people are socialized, it always perplexes me, because like, as children, when you grow up in the ghetto or in the hood or in the black neighborhood, what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. So literally, you go to school, you get good grades, they tease you for it. You don't get good grades, you consider that as cool. You go to school, or you're young, you practice, you're abstinent as a young child. You go to school, you go wherever, people make fun of you because you're not having sex. Same thing is, you walk the straight and narrow. People will literally say that you're lame, as opposed to, saying that you done something great. And obviously it's the saying that they say, people celebrate for somebody who came home from prison way more than they celebrate somebody who came home from college. That's very true. But like, literally, what's wrong is wrong. No, in the ghetto, wrong is right, and right is wrong. Like, and I think in the black community, like, by the time a lot of people realize that, it's too late. It's not everybody who operates this way, but by the time people realize it, it's almost too late. You've already you know, you've already done something to significantly hinder your life, you know. And I could even point at myself, like, I in high school, I got put out of high school. Um and not necessarily because I was like a bad kid or a bad apple or anything, but simply because I cared more about rapping and music and than I did actually going to school. Now, mind you, I had to go to summer school, night school, all this stuff to just graduate on time. But, bruh, like, the culture, even like I said, in my life, the culture, while I've had a lot of good experiences with the culture, it hasn't always given me like the greatest, you know, guidance of how to operate or how to move in life. Like I said, like, what's wrong is right, and what's right is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Ain't no saving you niggas, unfortunately. So ain't no saving y'all niggas. Do I got another video? Boy. Now another thing is obviously the internet was going crazy because that white lady called that little boy. Funny thing is I've heard people talk about this, but I haven't seen people actually like. I haven't seen people actually. Um, I haven't seen the video where it's a white woman and she calls the little boy, the 5 year old, the N word with the ER, the girl. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that video, but a lot of people are saying. Granted, I don't think. Granted, I haven't seen the video, so I can't really make a judgment. But if it's how people are framing it, she ain't right for that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't right for that. So, but I don't know. White people chime in. If is black fatigue really a thing? Are y'all really tired of the ghetto ratchet behavior? Are y'all tired of, you know, all of the gang and the YNs and the bonnets? Are y'all really tired of it? You know what I'm saying? Another thing I've been seeing as far as like I guess black fatigue has been a lot of the white girls are literally getting mad at the white girls are getting mad at the black women who get mad that they date black men. And they not caring at this point. They done took enough teasing, enough, you know what I'm saying, enough. Let me see if I can find something on TikTok. But man, they done took enough of the teasing. They done took enough of the y'all saying that they shouldn't be You know what I'm saying? Now granted, I always operate under the idea of like, yo, let people just date who they want, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm yeah, I'm gonna try everything. I'm gonna try the whole spectrum. And granted, it's a lot of black women out here who like, oh, if you date a white girl, I can't fuck with it. Or if you know, this way you can't, I can't do boo. But man, like, let people date who they want. Stop being police. Trying to police ninjas. You know what I'm saying? Trying to police yo meat. You know what I'm saying? Whew. So like I said, growing pains of this show. Am I skipping? Nah, I ain't skipping. But yeah, oh man. Let's watch another video on this black.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public, you know when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it, and they want to avoid it. The second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act when it comes to anything black. These are the most
So the second type of black person that he talking about is freaking you Dr. Umar type niggas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, oh, don't do this if you're black and don't do that if you're black. That's who he talking about on the second black. The first black, obviously, we've been talking about. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the biggest pro-black type of person. Like, I am black and I support black people, but I'm not the person who's gonna be like, let's go back to Africa. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I'm already in America. I was born here. Like, I ain't finna, like, why we going back to Africa? Like, why we going back to Africa? Like, I might take a visit, you know what I'm saying? You know, get in touch with my roots, you know what I'm saying? Get cultured from that, but I ain't going back to live, per se.
Privileged white people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time. And
yeah, he talking about you Dr. Umar niggas.
All they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people. Black fatigue.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna say I have per se black fatigue of Dr. Umar niggas, but
Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is.
But I can see how people are irritated with that because it's very annoying. Like, you know, it's very annoying. Oh man! Shout out to all the people that's got black fatigue, man. Like, brothers, yo, get about the hood, fam. Get about Baltimore. Get about Milwaukee. Get about Memphis. Get about there, G. Get about there. You know. All right, next thing. All right, so we're about 25 minutes in. So today has been day 3 of the Diddy trial. And obviously, if you've been keeping up with the trial, it's been all types of information coming out. You know, Cassie is taking a stand. You got male pros taking a stand. You got I feel bad joking about this, so I'm gonna be serious. You got people getting urinated on, people, you know, doing stuff that, you know, is typically behind closed doors. But I do have Long Crime. Shout out to Long Crime. Long Crime always does like really good breakdowns. I watch Long Crime all the time. I watch them all the time, but let's just see what's going on here.
Cassie Ventura has spent the last 2 days in a New York courtroom testifying against her ex-boyfriend, music mogul Sean Combs, known as Diddy. Federal prosecutors claim Combs used threats, drugs, lies, and violence to coerce Ventura into sexual encounters with male prostitutes. Ventura testified that she participated in these freak-off sex parties because she feared Combs and wanted to make him happy, but felt disgusting and worthless because she didn't want to do it.
That's a tough one, bruh. That's a tough one because, bruh, like he didn't. He didn't make her do it, but like it's not like he made her do it, but she did it. And I'm trying to like process it in my mind. It's not like he didn't make her do it, but she did it so he would be happy. I'm confused. So she did it because it would make him happy. Like what is different about that than what most people do in dating? Like you do things to make your partner happy. Like if your partner likes, they feet rubbed, you get a foot rub. Like, but I'm like, how is this different from if I have a girlfriend and she says, I want you to rub my feet, and then I don't rub her feet, and then she get angry at me for not rubbing her feet, maybe I'm missing something.
She told the jury that the hip-hop star would, quote, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me in the head when I was down.
Now, that's never going to be right. Like, I know a lot of times, like, people are, men and women have this thing on the internet where the women side with the women, men side with the men. I can't really side with Diddy in this regard of just the abuse, like the putting your hands on a woman. Like, they women, bro. Like, they are significant. They weaker than us, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, what you doing? But putting your hands on a girl, beating her. Obviously, we all seen the video. And like I said this yesterday, but like, Puff is guilty of something else. From what they've shown us, I don't think he's guilty of what they're charging him with. He's guilty of other crimes, domestic crimes, assaults, things of that nature. But racketeering, granted, I gotta read up on the law a little bit more to really like say like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it.
And that wasn't all. The testimony was extremely graphic. Ventura walked us through years of alleged physical abuse and sexual humiliation that she says she could not escape. She said she was 22 years old when Combs first proposed the drug-fueled sex parties, and they allegedly became weekly occurrences, reportedly happening in hotel rooms in New York City, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami, Turks and Caicos, and Ibiza. She stayed awake by taking drugs that she says Combs gave her, including cocaine, Molly, and ecstasy. Ventura said the freak-offs typically lasted between 36 to 72 hours, the longest one lasting 4 days, and that the frequent sex would often leave her ill and cause her to have constant urinary tract infections.
Like I said, it sounds like, I ain't gonna say this sounds like a normal dating relationship because it doesn't, but it does sound like a situation where you're dating someone and they want you to do stuff and you do it because you like the other person, or you're in love with the other person, or infatuated with the other person. Like, what's the really defining factor between being controlling or being domineering towards your woman? Where's the line at? You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me. Bro.
At one point, Ventura told the jury about one freak-off where Diddy allegedly told her to get into an inflatable pool filled with baby oil and lube. Court transcriptions obtained by law.
Wow, yo, Boy was so invested in this baby oil.
Crime show, the prosecutor asked, who, if anyone, asked you to get into the pool? Ventura responded, Sean, it was his idea. The prosecutor asked, did you want to get into a pool of baby oil? Ventura responds, at that point, I couldn't say no. It would have been all bad. After an objection, the prosecutor then asks, what concerns did you have about not getting into the pool with baby oil? Ventura responds, that, amongst other things, just his temper. If that is something that he wanted, Sean wanted it to happen, that's what was going to happen. There wasn't another way around it.
What's, like, if you're watching, what's the difference between me being taking initiative with my woman, initiating things, and this? And it also looks like she never said, hey, I don't want to. Well, I don't know. Maybe she did. But it sounded like she didn't say, like, oh, I don't want this. I don't, like, what do they call that? Stockholm Syndrome?
Ventura claimed Diddy controlled all aspects of the freak-offs, from directing her to find escorts, sometimes through Craigslist, the lighting in the room, to her nails having to be painted white, and what she wore. Everything, according to Ventura, had to go through Combs.
All right, so there's another saying on the internet that I hear where women are like, I just want to turn my brain off. Like, I don't, like, I don't see sex trafficker, what I see is abuse. And I see, you know, some level of perversion, obviously, but I don't look at this as forcing someone to do something. She did it to please him, you know what I'm saying? And I don't find that different from anything else in a typical relationship. Like, you do things to please your partner. You know, and then on the other hand, I can't imagine, you know, she being angry because she had to go get her hair done, or she had to go get her nails done, or she had to go get outfits and buy stuff and be spoiled. Like,
he also filmed them. She claimed that when she would make him upset, he would threaten to release the footage. During that time, she says she took drugs to help her disassociate because she felt disgusting and humiliated. Like when she said Combs or male escorts would urinate on her. The prosecutor said, did you want Sean or an escort to urinate on you? Ventura responded, no. The prosecutor then asked, and before that happened, what, if anything, did you discuss about being urinated on? Ventura said there was no conversation, it was just a turn-on for him. Ventura testified that after sex acts with escorts concluded, Diddy would sometimes request that the escort's semen be, quote, put on his body in the next room.
Nah, bro. See, bro, Puff tripping, bro. See, like, if anything, like, I keep saying this, if anything, if Puff ain't, if they know he ain't guilty and they still got him on these charges, at a bare minimum, bro, this is to strip whatever is left of this man's dignity and integrity. And I ain't gonna sit here and say he's you know, should have it, you know what I'm saying? Because apparently, you know, he ain't the most, he's obviously not the most, he's not the greatest person, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty obvious, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, bro, a lot of this information is like, bro, this is just like, let's just finish off his dignity. Let's just finish off his integrity. let's just stomp out that bad boy. Take that. Let's just sheesh.
She was expected, she says, to have sex during her period and testified Diddy frequently got physically abusive. One of those times was caught on camera in this now infamous CNN exclusive video of Combs beating Ventura in 2016. Ventura said she was in a freak-off with Diddy and an escort, and it was a couple days before her first big movie premiere. She claims she tried to escape while Combs was in the shower, but he caught her before she could leave, kicking her and giving her a black eye. The prosecutor said, "How many times had Sean thrown you to the ground like that before?" Ventura responded, "Too many to count. I don't know."
Like I said, I actually believe what she's. Oh, damn it. No. Stream done went down. Shit. Hold on, y'all. See how they do me? There we go. We back. So I believe a majority of what she's saying, but at the same time, the way it's being framed, this is the normal stuff that be happening in relationships. This is how stuff usually goes. Like, you do stuff to make your man, and then at the same time, a lot of times if you not domineering and taking charge and doing all this stuff, women get turned off by that, bro. So I'm like, is this one of those situations where it's like, maybe you with somebody for 10 years and you don't get what you expect out of the relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Combs denies all allegations. If convicted on all counts, he could face up to life in prison. Since his 2024 arrest, he has been held at the Metropolitan Detention Complex in Brooklyn. And joining me to talk more about this is former prosecutor.
But yeah, I'm good. So yeah, Puff, bruh. I don't know what you was thinking, Puff, because boy, like I said, my opinion on this freaking, somebody came on, dipped out, but my opinion on this whole Puff situation, bro, like this is literally the normal stuff that you see in relationships. And then at the same time, the fool is stupid rich. So he can literally have you, do whatever needs to be done. He can buy you this, tell you to do that. I wouldn't expect, I don't know. It's very easily to misconstrue it from just being a super traditional boyfriend man and then being abusive, because it's like you literally hear you hear women saying, or you hear the not even women and men saying that they want this traditional style of whatever. But it's like, is it just y'all really want the traditional, or y'all want the traditional when it benefits you? And if it doesn't benefit you, and granted, it's hard to say traditional in Puff case because that's nothing's traditional about what he talking about doing to that girl. It's a mess, bro. It's a mess. Oh man. So we about 40 minutes in. Like I said, this day 2, I'm just fooling with it, man. I'm just rocking with it. Seeing where it go. And I wanted to switch over to sports because if the Ravens done did what I think they done did, did they do what I think they did? They sure enough did do what I think they did.
You know.
So, apparently, it's happened earlier today. Derrick Henry. Ravens re-signed Derrick Henry 2 more years, 30 M's. If I'm not mistaken, his first deal was, it's like 2 years, 8 mil. So, let's throw that old contract out the window. Bam, 30 M's. Yo, Derrick Henry, I've been watching his training videos, bro. He gets me hype about like going to the gym, working out. Like he was literally running up a hill with the sled. Bruh, I can't wait. But I'm gonna let Rich Eisen talk. I'm gonna break it up.
No, this show is a very running back friendly show. I cape for running backs to make sure
Actually, no, I ain't finna let I'm gonna let ESPN probably copyright me, but we won't.
Okay, there's a reason why we're showing Malachi Starks. It has to do with Darius Washington. Malachi Starks was expected to contribute right away in Baltimore after he's taken in the first round. Fast forward to today, the rookie may be thrust into the spotlight right out of the gate. And Adam, what is going on there?
Well, he tore his Achilles during off-season workouts. And
yeah, I didn't hear about this. I liked Darius Washington last year. He's a solid player.
there are always these types of unfortunate injuries in the off-season. It's always one of the storylines behind the scenes, and you hate to see this happen for anybody at any time, but especially at this time of the year. The Ravens lose Darius Washington. Now, they did draft Malachi Starks, and Malachi Starks figured prominently.
All right, let's get to Derrick Henry, though.
At least 1,500 snaps, you know this, at safety and 500 snaps at slot cornerback the last 3 seasons. So versatile as a player and was a key piece of that Georgia defense. All right, more big news coming out of Baltimore. Adam, what's going on with Derrick Henry?
Well, the Baltimore Ravens signed Derrick Henry to a 2-year, $30 million contract extension that includes $25 million in guaranteed.
See, I didn't see that number, 25 mil. They basically saying, like, they basically are sure. Like, I'm sure, too. Derrick Henry is that dude, bro. But, so it's $30 million. 25 guaranteed. Shout out to Derrick Henry, bro.
Money. Here's a 31-year-old running back, and it's not often we see teams take care of players in their 30s, especially running backs. But with the impact that Derrick Henry had on the Baltimore Ravens last year, they knew they wanted him in Baltimore beyond this season, which was scheduled to be the last year of his contract. And now, by signing this extension, it gives him the chance to finish his illustrious NFL career in Baltimore as a Raven.
Adam, Henry rushed for 1,921 yards last year.
Bro, this right here is crazy, bro. For him to be 30 and put up 1921, he literally made the whole team, at least he made the whole offense better. He made the whole offense better, but Lamar made him better too. Because I'm like, bro, like, both of them had their best years. Granted, Lamar, he should have got that MVP, but it's whatever. But literally, both of them had this probably, I guess, which is crazy to say, this isn't Derrick Henry's best year technically, but to think that you're 30, going in at 31, putting up damn near 2,000, really could have got a ball a couple more times and did it. It's crazy.
In his age 30 season, he's the first player to eclipse 1,900 rushing yards at that age in NFL history. He passed 30-year-old Tiki Barber in 2005 with the Giants. And Peter, whenever we would see the Ravens, Dan, you were there in these meetings, they would talk so much about how great Derrick Henry was just conforming to their team. It wasn't even just about his production on the field, which they felt like got better in second halves of games. I kind of see why they would invest this money in him, but do you have any issue with them investing this type of money in a 31-year-old running back?
Another thing about Derrick Henry, bro, like, you gotta respect somebody who, like, take the craft seriously. Like, granted, I don't know what Derrick Henry guilty pleasures are. I assume everybody got their own, things that they do. Some people eat sweets, some people eat, some people smoke, some people drink, some people do drugs. I don't know what Derrick Henry, does that's like a vice in his life. But as far as just like doing whatever needs to be done to stay on the football field, bro, this dude is flawless with it, bro. They say he put up $250K a year just into his body, bro. It's insane.
You're getting a free agent from another team at 31 and you're giving him this kind of money. You're really rolling the dice. They have him in the building. They know what they are getting. And so to me, it's the Ravens look at a window. We have what might be the best roster in all of football. And this is our bell cow. And he got better as the season went on. So he didn't show signs of age. He didn't show signs of running out of gas. I don't think he could have had a better season as a 30-year-old running back than what Derrick Henry did in his first year in Baltimore. And now, okay, same offensive coordinator. Now Monken can say, okay, how are we going to use you this year? It's this evolving process. I love this, and I also love Baltimore taking care of him. Let's not let this fester. We're seeing what's happening in Cincinnati with Trey Hendrickson. We see this happen a lot with veteran players where then you feel aggrieved.
Yeah, I love this, bro. I love them giving him the money, bro. Like, get that man the bread, bro. Yeah, I like what the Eagles did with Saquon, bro. Just get it. Yo, I don't know who I'm in the cover man next year, but Derrick Henry and Saquon share that cover, bro. That'd be fire. Obviously, I think it's gonna be Saquon by itself, but let the running backs get some money, bro. Man, cheap, bro. Let them boys eat. They be carried the whole team, and them boys went to the Super Bowl. So, we about 50 minutes in. I think I'm gonna call it. Like I said, I'm still getting the hang of this live streaming thing. Obviously, I had some more viewers in here yesterday, but I'm not tripping. I really didn't expect very much, or really anybody to be really watching. This is training day. But yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Studio Never Satisfied. Shout out to me. I want y'all to like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'm out.